goodness. I really enjoyed that. I've got a problem, Dr. Williams. I mean, doctor said, I tried doing that crossover and get down on the floor and get back up. I don't know if you at home tried that too. That's hard. It's going to take a lot of muscle memory there. Now I've got something new to focus on since you gave me that challenge. I also want to say so many good points of exercise or just movement, like you said. And we're all such a valuable asset, as you expressed right out front. And, you know, it's important that we care for ourselves. I really enjoyed some of the facts in regards that walking on average 2.2 miles per day, which is 2,000 steps per mile. So now I understand why the 10,000 steps a day. I never understood that. So now the 10,000 steps basically equate to the CDC's recommendation of 4+ miles per day. So, light bulb is on. I thought it was like, God, if I go 10,000 steps, I'm a superhero. No, you're just doing what you're supposed to. Love the point. In fact, I started doing this, putting my timer on, because working from home during these times, time flies. And before you know it, you're sitting for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and getting up is like, whoa, that hurts. And I love the fact that you said sitting is the new smoking. It is. Inactivity is terrible for us. Our bodies were made to move. I love that. You know, also the fact that you brought up the whole concept of peak performance. So many people have asked about that product. And I want to just say this, you don't have to be a competitive athlete to take the peak performance. Okay. These are things, you've got those quality amino acids in a form of branch chain amino acids, which means they're ready to use. The whole concept of the quatrefolate and how well you methylate B vitamins, same concept with the amino acids. Your body can take branch chain amino acids and utilize them very quickly. And that's a powerful thing. The fact that she brought up that everything that the mitochondria needs to function at full speed is there in that product. So taking that prior to going into exercise, recommending somewhere about 20 minutes before. But the point is this, it will improve your intensity as well as duration of exercise. So if you know somebody who is looking to improve their performance or necessarily improve what they can accomplish in a shorter amount of time, I hope that you all heard the interval training comments, you know, where you speed up for a short time and then back off and speed up again. These things are so very important. And I'm so happy that our company has provided a product like this. And then when you match it to our high quality protein sources in our Transitions Lifestyle Shakes, which are not meal replacements, they could be post-workout products to take after you train, all right? Because our bodies need protein most right after we get done with a good workout. So, you know, these are all good things to remember. Love my favorite music to get up to dance to or walk to. I don't know about you. Were you up moving around in your house? I don't know. I was. I love that. I love the move. You know, I really miss getting out there and dancing a little bit before talking. But then again, here we are. But it'll change. We'll be back together before you know it. How about life expectancy? Oh, no, not me. I'm getting past the average of 76 years old. And ladies, yes, that's why you get all the wealth in the world, because you live longer than us. So I'm just telling you all the facts there. Well, we've got so much more to offer now. And our next speaker is our head of, or the director of Nutrimetrics. She's the one and only Dr. Deedra Mason, who we love so much, a naturopathic physician, head of our clinical research. She's been all over the world teaching. She gives so much of herself to help improve others and to help you grow your business. Please help us, help me, help us. Welcome Dr. Deedra Mason back to the stage.
Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be here today. I have loved literally every one of the talks that our doctors, our health practitioners, our master cosmetologists, our debt shredder of all the debt shredders has shared with us. And it's so great to be a part of each and every one of your experience here at Product Symposium. Day 2 has been absolutely spectacular. We're going to add to that by talking about Prime Joint Support Formula. I want to talk about joint health. I want to definitely piggyback on what we learned from Dr. Williams today. The importance of longevity is found where? In healthy movement. Cognitive function, blood sugar, the ability to maintain healthy lean muscle mass, which ultimately feeds our mitochondria. Where is that fountain of youth found? By lifting up heavy things and putting them back down again. Now, these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. The product that we're talking about today the claims we make are not intended to treat, diagnose, or make claims about mitigation of disease. But what we're going to do is pull back from that statement and understand the importance of the simple steps. The one thing you can do today to achieve better health. And it is often found in moving your mass. Did you know that your joints, or just simply our movable joints, right? These are just what we would refer to as movable connections, are not just simply a hinge or a socket or the things that we think of when you look at the joint, but actually a symphony of connectivity of your cartilage, synovial membrane, hyaluronic fluid or synovial fluid, ligaments, tendons, all of these moving parts would allow you to create graceful movement, strength, flexibility, agility, balance, what we might refer to as skilled movement. It's so important that we appreciate all of these moving parts need to have the proper nutrients, diet, and movement naturally each and every day to keep them functioning. If you want to maintain longevity, if you want to maintain a healthy lean muscle mass, if you want to support healthy body composition and bone mineral density, and as we learned from Dr. Williams, mitochondrial function and brain function, you'll move each and every day and you'll support your joints so that you can bend and lift and twist each and every day. Understanding joint health means understanding that different nutrients are going to, for example, allow you to bend and twist and lift each and every day. If your bones are covered by a thin layer of smooth tissue called cartilage, different types of building blocks like amino acids are going to give you your strength there or your building blocks there. So we can't just take vitamin C, as she mentioned. We can't just take pycnogenol. We can't just exercise and not give our body the nutrients that it needs to recover, right? It's going to be a synergy of ingredients. It's going to be ingredients that are selected to this end so that you can continue through all decades of life to bend, lift, and twist. Yet, with age comes some level of loss of range of motion. So I want you to have a higher commitment to supplementation and natural movement. I don't want, with age and less range of motion, for you to think, oh, I need to pull back from physical exercise. In fact, we need to lean into physical movement so we can maintain what is referred to as functional movement or natural movement. You don't need to have a freakish commitment to fitness. You don't need to be thinking about CrossFitting every day. You need to be thinking about natural movement, which means we want to think about natural joint lubrication and natural joint flexibility. Antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, different amino acids like those that are found in a glucosamine. These are all ways for you to create a healthy, fluid, and buoyant joint that allows you to do what? Bend, lift, and twist. And do it how? Do it naturally and do it regularly. When we think about age-related decline or exercise-related joint discomfort, sometimes this comes down to a lack of strength of the joint, integrity of the joint, and even a lack of flexibility of the joint. So you don't just want strength in a joint, you also want flexibility in a joint. You want elasticity in a joint. I'm going to refer to that as buoyancy. You want a little bit of bounce in your step. That is one of the things that helps us deal with age-related loss of joint space, whether that's in the spine or that's in some of the larger joints like your hips and your knees, right? We want to think about individuals that want to stand up straight. What are some of the things that we tell our kids? Stand up straight, pull your shoulders back, right? We don't allow people to slump. These are the types of central nervous system stimuli that you're giving your body each and every day. So through all decades of life, you can move naturally. Now, we have to understand whether it's due to age or whether it's due to that physical stress on the body, because maybe you're athletic. Maybe you've always been into fitness, that we pay attention to kind of two sides of the joint health coin. We want to focus on nutrients like antioxidants that can help us recover from injury, physical or metabolic stress on the joints. Often people will overtrain, they'll overdo it. And even if they don't feel like they put everything into their exercise or their workout routine, they often find that they don't give themselves enough time to rest or repair. One of the ways that we can do this, if you have a short window of time to repair, or due to age-related joint discomfort or joint issues, you need extra oomph to be able to repair, is to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients. Just like the tread on a tire goes away with age, we're going to start to see some degradation of the joint, some decay of the joint space. So what do we need? A higher commitment to supplementation that can open up that joint space, that can give you more joint buoyancy, more joint lubrication, and decrease factors of inflammation. All of these things can be found in nature. Now let's appreciate, are you the right person for a joint support formula? Are you the right person for supplementation as it relates to age-related or physical fitness-related joint decline? Let's figure it out. How many of you have an issue with joint discomfort or joint pain? Maybe your joints are red, inflamed, or tender to the touch, meaning we need to pay particular attention to rest and repair. That's why nutrients are so important. Maybe it takes you a little while in the morning to get moving, right? Are you the type of person that gets out of bed and goes, I'm getting old, right? Well, you may need just some extra support to kind of get the grease, to kind of grease the groove, as we like to say, to get those joints moving. Maybe when you move, whether it's a deep knee bend, a squat, or you're going upstairs, you notice a little bit of knee crepitus or popping in the joints. This means that your ligaments and your tendons aren't as flexible as they need to be. It means that they're getting stiff, which means they what? Don't have the buoyancy or the bounce that they need. It's also an indication that they don't have the elasticity or flexibility that they require to keep you agile, right? So that you can have a healthy reaction time. Should you start to fall, right? You want to be able to have the muscular strength and the agility, that kind of skill to catch yourself. If your joints pop, we want to do things that help your joints be a little bit more elastic, rebound, and allow you to catch yourself in a fall. Maybe you've just noticed simply that your joints are not very flexible. I say to you, I need you to touch your toes, and you say, you're kidding me right now, right? That's a ridiculous request. Maybe I tell you that I want you to do a deep squat like Vanessa, Dr. Williams' assistant, showed you. And you said, the last time I did that, I was a toddler. What are you talking about, right? That means we need to start getting the right nutrients and the right physical movement into your daily activities so that you can start to create that kind of flexibility. I often hear people say, listen, I'm in my 60s. That's behind me. I'm telling you right now, it's not behind you. Your hips are a ball and socket joint. It's meant to allow you to touch your toes every day of every decade of your life. We just need to promote your central nervous system and your joints to work on your behalf, right? A sedentary lifestyle, a lifestyle where we don't encourage walking, moving around, or moving naturally, that's what's leading to joints that are inflexible. And we can turn that around for you with regular movement. Maybe you are carrying excess weight and that gives you extra joint discomfort and definitely prevents you from having the range of motion that you'd like. Not only can we talk about weight management solutions, healthy dietary habits, and as Dr. Ed mentioned, healthy sleep habits, we can also talk about ways to improve joint strength underneath extra weight. Your work has impacted your joints. Maybe you do hard work, laborious work, or you're on your feet all the time. Maybe you're constantly having to get yourself moving from place to place to place. And at the end of the day, you're just tired. That's a great example of someone that isn't giving themselves enough of the nutrients that they need to what? Recover. Too often we hear people say, well, I don't have joint pain, so I don't feel like I need a joint supplement, not recognizing that wear and tear every day is cumulative. And you may need a supplement that can arrest that aggregate harm to the joint. We don't want to wait for you to fall horizontal before you start paying attention to the things that you need to do to achieve longevity, to achieve physical fitness, to keep your energy up, and that you're always able to move naturally. You've participated in high impact exercise. Maybe you're like Dennis Franks, maybe not at the level of Dennis Franks, but fitness has always been a part of you and you've taken some big hits and now you have injuries where you don't have a natural range of motion. I mean, to tell you that there's all kinds of different things that you can do to be on one side of decreasing joint inflammation and discomfort, and on the other side with Prime Joint Support Formula, creating a healthy joint environment so that you can start to get your groove greased, as it were. Maybe you have an injury, a history of joint injury, and you're afraid to get back on the mat, right? You're afraid to get back out there. Well, what we want to do is decrease the anticipation that you may have with joint discomfort by giving you a robust formula that can help your body feel better while managing or working with multiple reasons why joints don't function the way they're supposed to. Maybe inflammation runs in your family. I often hear that. People will say to me, Doc, don't worry about me. I know I'm carrying extra weight around the middle. I know that my blood pressure is getting a little bit up there and you want me to exercise. But at the end of the day, diabetes and heart disease just run in my family. You know what I say to those people? I go, no one runs in your family. That's the reason why I'm talking to you about this, right? We just need to get out there and start doing some work to get our body functioning. We want to pay attention to a formula that can help you achieve health even if your age is going up, right? We want you to have a youthful exuberance in your joints, even if the number on your birth certificate tells us you're not supposed to be that active. Excess weight, we want to focus on joint movement in a natural way that can help you lose that weight. Injury and overuse, we've discussed the importance of making sure your body has enough of the nutrients to recover and the nutrients that can repair or restore natural joint function. And we want to make sure, especially if due to day-to-day activity, you're concerned about joint dysfunction, that you have a supplement in your corner that will help you achieve exactly what you're looking for. So whether we're talking about neck discomfort, shoulder injuries, or issues, maybe we're talking about small joints like the wrist because of repetitive strain injuries, regular concerns that people have with age, like joint discomfort in their knees, ankles, or their feet, especially if they have to stand on their feet a great deal. We want to think about what are all of the ways that we could help this person achieve health. Bouncy joints, buoyancy in their joints, hydration back, and flexibility back in their joints, and give their joint the integrity of the physical strength it needs to have to stabilize themselves, not today, but also not just today, but also in the future. That brings up the question, what can I do to achieve better health? You'll make first a commitment to more movement throughout the day, natural movement, a little bit more than you did the day before. You'll focus on getting a good night's sleep. You'll focus on a healthy anti-inflammatory diet, and you will supplement to the end of supporting all of those areas of the joint so that we can bring you into later decades of life as a youthful person rather than an individual that believes they're not supposed to be functionally fit. We're going to start by always making sure before you get started on an exercise routine, any kind of routine, not just that you speak to your doctor about doing so in a healthful way, but that you also make sure that you know you can't just go out on the track cold. You want to warm up those joints. One of the ways we kind of talk about this in physical fitness is making sure that you apply physical stimuli to the joints to warm them up, and that you are properly nourished for the type of exercise you're about to do. We want to make sure that you're doing an exercise that helps you get into natural movement and then can help you progress into the types of exercise goals you're looking for. If a pull-up is in your future, right? If that is one of your goals, if extra push-ups or lifting heavy weight, even running a 5K, then a 10K is part of your program, we're going to start one step at a time. And we're going to make sure that you're nutritionally sound and you've got the right supplements to help you do that. One of the ways that we do this is by giving you supplementation that can help you build healthy muscles while supporting your joints, right? Weight-bearing exercise. Make sure that you take time for yourself, that you're eating a diet that is not pro-inflammatory, but in fact is an anti-inflammatory diet. We talked about this yesterday. 3 greens, 3 reds, 3 yellows.